and gents, this is Dr. Ray C, and this is Creativeism Movement Show. I'm here in central London, and this is my protest for today. Oppression of ideas is not freedom. Thug life is not art. BBC, stop controlling the main means of information. Stop choking independent thinking. They are choking us. They are not inviting us. They are not inviting us in the studios of the BBC, of ITV, of Sky News. They are controlling our ideas, and they are telling to the British people, they are telling to them, you are a sheep. You are basically sheep. You must think like we think. You must do like we say you to do. You must create what we say you to do. You are the sheep. We are the wolves. They are saying to us, shut up. The wolves on the big media, the evil of the present day. The negativity of the present day is called the wolves of the big media. They have studied at Cambridge and they have studied at Oxford University. Excuse me? Sorry. This is Dr. AC Creativeism Movement Show. I'm here in, this is Central London, Oxford Street. And from here I'm going straight to the BBC. Whomever wants to receive a question, can I make you a question? Can I make you a question? Do you think that oppression of ideas is freedom? Like the BBC thinks. They are oppressing our ideas. Do you think that oppression of ideas is freedom? This is creativism. Ladies and gents, this gentleman says the oppression of ideas is not freedom. But the journalists of the BBC, do you know what they do?
Well, you know
if
what
you oppose their ideas.
You know what it is for journalism, right? Is that they don't care what about the truth. They just want to get it out there, you know?
Wow, you have made my day. Exactly what a great thinker just said, one great actor in Hollywood just said 2 weeks ago. They just want to get things out there. They don't care if it is truth. They don't care if they're going to hurt someone. They just want to get the information out there.
They don't want to do the right thing. Like I said, you know, you got to do the right thing. When you got information, you use it wisely, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but you know, brother, the fight goes on unabated, you know?
What if you oppose their ideas? Should they silence our ideas or should they invite in their studios to speak like human beings? Like I speak to you, a citizen of London, I'm a citizen of London, we speak to one another. They don't allow.
Everybody should be free to speak.
Yeah, but they don't invite you in their studios, you know what they say?
No, but this is a free country, so you're allowed to speak. So.
No, you're allowed to speak, but not to they control information though, control information. How many followers does the BBC has on Facebook? 3 million followers? How do they achieve these followers? They eternally promote their side there. They control our minds.
But at the end of the day, you can't beat people in numbers, can you? You can silence a few, but you can't silence all.
Yeah, but through activism, only through movement. Because the minds of the British people are all to the big media. If you say, for instance, that 2 + 2 = 4, and the BBC says 2 + 2 = 5, they're going to say that the BBC is truth. Anyway, I respect your vision. I really love. This is Creativeism Movement Show. Can you say Creativeism Movement Show?
No, I'm not going to say that. Because
It's the name of the show. It's the name of the show.
I don't know what it means.
It means to challenge power with ideas. Thank you very much. The gentleman just accepted the question. Ladies and gents, from here, we are going straight to the BBC, to the neo-Nazis of the BBC. You are saying that oppression of ideas is not freedom. They are allowing everyone there in their studios, even thugs and drug dealers, but we who oppose their ideas are not allowed. Anyone here wants to be part of Creativeism Movement Show? This is DG. Anyone here wants to be part of Creativeism Movement Show? This is Creativeism Movement Show. Can I make you a question, gents? This is Creativeism Movement Show. Can I make a question? Ladies and gents, this is Creativeism Movement Show. I'm here from here. I'm going straight to the BBC. Can I make you a question? This is Creativeism Movement Show on Facebook. Can I make you a question? Can I make you a question live on Facebook?
No,
about what you see here? Oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think? I'm not filming you. I'm filming myself. No worries. Ladies and gents, you know how they have turned the people of London into sheep? When you say here, you mean sheep. A few people have independent thinking. Those who have independent thinking, they are from the BBC. You see the mighty BBC, the neo-Nazis. 20,000 mouths. 20,000 poisonous mouths work for the BBC to control the minds of 300 million people of the entire Europe. Imperialism of the BBC. Even if you try to make a question in London, all the people are very wise. Only BBC means truth. Excuse me, can I make you a question, please? You see, ladies and gents, no one wants to make you a question. Let me show you the BBC is in front of me. The BBC, this is the visionary. 20,000 poisonous mouths at the BBC. Ladies and gents, my name is Dr. Ray C. This is Creativeism Movement Show. Oppression of ideas is not freedom. Thug life is not art. BBC, big media, stop controlling the main means of information. Stop choking independent thinking. Sorry, excuse me, can I make you a question, please? Excuse me, can I make you a question, please?
Sure.
This is oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think about this idea? Do you think that oppression of ideas is freedom?
Listen, I can't do that. I work for the BBC and it's a little bit wrong.
I know her, yeah, sure. She works for the BBC. She said I cannot accept her answer to the question. Which is fine anyway, she at least stopped. I mean, the citizens of London, they know one thing. BBC is truth. Don't speak about the things that matter. 1984, they control their minds. Excuse me, can I make you a question, please? Okay, thank you. Ladies and gents, this is Dr. AC, Creativeism Movement Show. We create the activism, we create the movement, we create the ideas, we change the world, we fight against the power. This is the power. Controlling our minds, the BBC. We are going from Oxford Street straight to the BBC, to the headquarters of the BBC. The neo-Nazis of the today who pretend to be humanists. They are controlling our minds and they are keeping us out of their studios. Merry Christmas to the wolves. We go to the same Merry Christmas to the wolves. Creativeism Movement Show. We go straight to the BBC. Stop choking independent thinking. Neo-Nazi journalists of the BBC. Excuse me, can I make you a question, John? Everyone is running like this. They have made everyone running because they need to. Can I make you a question, John? Thanks a lot. This is Dr. AC, Creativeism Movement Show. Let's see how far can we go. Creativeism Movement Show. Let's see how far can we go. Ladies and gents, this is the very wise people of London. The BBC is the truth. They literally control their minds, just computer games. Can I make you a question, gents? Yes. Oppression of ideas is not freedom. This is Creativeism Movement Show. Can I film you or?
No, sorry.
What do you think about it? Okay, have a nice day. Ladies and gents, this is Creativeism Movement Show. Some people have no opinion. They are literally suspicious. Once you make your question, say, hey, hello, oppression of ideas is not freedom. They think that better is to not answer. I mean, that's how they have educated the present day world. It's better to not answer. Better don't make questions. Better don't answer. I remind you a great saying of a great thinker. It was called Frantz Fanon. Black skins, white masks. He said, oh my body, always make me a man who make questions. Oh my body, he said. He was Frantz Fanon. We are going straight to the BBC. Straight to the BBC and to protest against them and say oppression of ideas, neo-Nazi journalists of the BBC is not freedom. Because for them it's freedom. For them it's freedom. They oppress us, they keep us out of their studios whenever we oppose their ideas. They control the main means of information. They come on Facebook eternally. They promote their ideas, they promote their shows, they promote their philosophies, their ideologies. They have like the money of the world. They just promote. They invade you through the big media. And they invade you there on social media. The imperialists, the invaders, they are literally invaders. They come to invade you. This is cultural imperialism. They are invading us through ideas. They are not invading us anymore with the guns. They invade you with the guns. Dare to go inside the BBC. You see what they're gonna do. They're gonna shoot you. They're gonna shoot you like a pig. Ladies and gents, you are close to the BBC. Can I make you a question, gents? Oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think? It is freedom? Ladies and gents, you are close to the BBC here. Creativeism Movement Show. We can challenge these neo-Nazis. We can challenge these fascists. They are the big media. They think that they have one right. The right to control the main means of information. The right to come and to invade us on the big media, to invade us here, to invade us in Europe, to invade us in the world, to impose their ideas. Jens, can I make you a question, please? What do you think oppression of ideas is not freedom? Do you think it is freedom? What do you do? Do you work for the BBC?
I think it's freedom.
What? Do you work for the BBC? Do you work for the BBC, sir? What do you think about the BBC silencing my voice by force?
They're silencing your voice, sir.
No, they are silencing my voice by force because I'm here coming every day. They don't allow me in their studios. Look, ladies and gentlemen, very wise. They are the very wise neo-Nazis. They're just leaving now because they know they should not answer to the question. I don't think that oppression of ideas is freedom, say. I don't think the oppression of ideas is freedom. But then why don't you allow independent thinkers there inside the BBC? Why do you oppose why do you silence their voice? They are choking us, they are strangling our voices. Sorry, can I make you a question, please? Do you think oppression of ideas is freedom? Do you think thug life is art? Do you think? BBC, big media, stop controlling the main means of mass information. This is my message.
You got the wrong person to answer.
It's just a question, no worries. Have a nice day. The wrong person. It's just a question. It doesn't mean you are the cleaner of the BBC or the journalist of the BBC. It makes me... Sorry, do you work for the BBC, sir? Can I make you a question? The oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think?
I've finished work now.
You work for the BBC, right? Oh, the wise Nazis. Look, the wise Nazis. They don't answer to the question. Ladies and gents, this is a movement show. Look how wise they are. They all answer the questions. Don't make questions. Don't make questions. Questions are wrong. Questions are wrong. The BBC is always right. Can I make you a question? Sorry, can I make you a question? Oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think? Is freedom or not? No, it's fine. So, excuse me, this oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think? It is freedom?
I don't want to do that, sorry.
Okay, no worries, don't do that. Just continue the ship philosophy. Can I make you a question, sir? Oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think? Oppression of ideas is not freedom. Do you think it is freedom?
No.
What do you think about the BBC silencing my voice for years and years, not inviting me in their studios when I oppose their ideas? You work for the BBC, so you should not speak. You should continue the ship philosophy. I'm the ship, or you are the wolves, I'm the ship. Oh my goodness, wolves and sheep. Ladies and gents, can I make you a question? Oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think? Oppression of ideas is not. Do you speak English?
Yes,
Do you speak Americano?
I do speak Americano.
So you understand Americano?
Yeah.
Oppression. What do you think about the BBC silencing my voice by force? Has been silencing my voice for years and years, controlling the main means of mass information, choking independent thinking. Literally, they choke independent thinking. A few journalists here at the BBC, the masterminds.
Sorry, man. Sorry, I've got it.
Have a nice evening. The masterminds of the BBC choking independent thinking. The neo-Nazis of the today who pretend to be humanists. Excuse me? Excuse me? Question mark. The neo-Nazis of the BBC who pretend to be humanists. Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, ladies and gents, here we are now. Once you come to make questions, they come the wolves to bite. You are not allowed to make questions. The wolves come always to bite. You don't make no questions, wolves come to bite. Excuse me, wolves come to bite. Wolves have one philosophy. Come, hey, they see a sheep, they see humans like a sheep, they come to bite. Ladies and gents, this is the BBC. I show you the BBC. This is the BBC, all in blue. The neo-Nazis are inside, or maybe they are partying in Soho or Mayfair. They have spread their news. They have spread the poisonous news, the snakes of the BBC. They are choking independent thinking. They are strangling independent thinking. They allow there inside no one who opposes their ideas. They are saying that oppression of ideas is freedom. I mean, 1984, oppression of ideas is freedom. They are saying to us, thug life is art. Face to face, the neo-Nazis, the neo-fascists who pretend to be humanists. Excuse me, the imperialists. Excuse me, sir, can I make you a question, please? This is Creativeism movement show. Can I make you? Are you a journalist of the BBC?
No, sorry.
You don't work for the BBC? Thank you very much. Ladies and gents, this is... let me show you, ladies and gents, let me show you another fact. Can I help you, sir?
Yes.
Can you don't cross on my personal space, please? Can you keep 1 meter? Can you just keep 1 meter and a half?
Space.
It's not a public space.
Listen, if you arrest some of our stuff, I'm going to find the police.
Oh, can you call the
If
police?
people
Don't cross my personal space. I'm out of the BBC. Are you out of? Look, let's. He crosses. He thinks that he.
Police, please.
You can call the. He thinks that he has the right to cross my personal space. Then you're Nazis. They are literally fascists. They are fascists. They are literally the fascists. Those who kill the Jews. Look, the fascists. He comes cross. You have crossed my personal space, so you have no rights. In no way, you have no rights to cross in my personal space, right?
I'm not crossing your space.
You're crossing my personal space. Look, listen, just this is the camera.
If you keep on recording,
I'm out of the BBC. I'm out of the BBC. I'm out of the BBC. Yes, crossing my personal space is more than 20 centimeters. I was not walking towards him. He was walking towards me. Look, the neo-fascists, the Nazis. They are the Nazis of the BBC. They are the Nazis. This is the camera. You are live on Facebook. Look where I am. I was not walking towards him.
Sir, I'm asking you again. If
What is your name, sir?
If you're going to arrest our staff, people walking past.
I'm making questions, sir. I'm making questions. This is Creativeism movement show. What do you think oppression of ideas is freedom? This is my
When you
question.
arrest people, we're going
you
to call the
harass-
police as we did.
You can call the police.
As we've done before, if you look up there, see up there? You're on camera again.
Well, you can call the police. I mean, you are Nazis. You have learned one thing: to silence reason by force. You are fascists. The fascists of the today. They have learned one thing: to silence the reason by force. Whenever I come here, they show me the security. I'm even out of the blue, out of the BBC.
Sorry, you gotta stop screaming in my ear,
I'm
please.
speaking on my camera. I'm not speaking to you, sir. Sir,
You're very
don't.
annoying.
Oh my God! Look, the fascists. They come in my personal space. They harass me in my personal space, and they say, "Don't scream on my camera." I mean, they literally are fascists. What can you do to the fascists who pretend to be humanists? The scum, the garbage of the BBC.
You call me garbage and you call me
Garbage of the
That's
BBC. I'm here.
That's criminal.
I'm here in my personal space. I'm here in my personal space.
You call me scum.
I say it's the garbage of the BBC. You come in my personal space.
You call me scum and garbage, so I don't appreciate your
The
language.
garbage of the BBC.
No. What's your word? Can you play that back for yourself?
Ladies and gents, they come. The garbage of the BBC. I say again, the scum. Look, they come to touch me. Like he just provoked me. He pushed me on my back. I was with the camera. He just provoked me. The garbage. He just provoked me. You have no rights to come in my. You don't come in my personal space. You have no rights to come in my personal space. I come here for the journalists of the
I call you in
BBC.
a personal space. I asked you.
Oh, the gentleman, sorry, excuse me. Did he cross in my personal space? Where's you? Are you because he's come? Did he cross in my personal space? He didn't. Not speak English? Ladies and gents, the wolves of the BBC don't speak English. They know only how to come to bite. Ow! They bite in your personal space. Ow! The wolves. They think you are a sheep. They are the wolves. They come to bite. He comes here to provoke. Honestly, did you see on the camera? He just touched my elbow with his body to provoke me. Like I'm not pushing. I'm not see.
You say you touched my elbow.
You just touched.
Don't touch my elbow, man.
You touched me.
I don't need to be touched.
Ladies and gents, I have a very great policy. You Nazis want to take my soul. I give my soul to these Nazis, to these
give my soul-
fascists.
so you call me
Whomever it
Nazi
is.
now, so I'm not
you
a
are
Nazi.
you are Nazi. Don't come
Mate,
close my
this is criminal
space.
injury. Oh, there's a police.
What
Oh,
is
mate,
the police
you
for,
look-
sir? You can call the police for. Okay, well, police, I'm scared of the police. Oh, he's scared of the police. Couldn't make questions. They have learned one thing. They laugh. To cross, this is Creativeism movement show. I'm here to challenge the journalists of the BBC with ideas and creativity, police or whomever it is. Ladies and gents, they have learned one thing. So, excuse me, can I make you a question, sir? Can I make you a question? Do you think that oppression of ideas is freedom? So, excuse me, can I make you a question, please?
I'm so sorry, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
I'll be the hard. Thank you very much. Ladies and gents, you see, like, he comes to provoke me. I come here like, I mean, like, or even my emotions, despite that I'm calm, my emotions, every animal, when you go in his personal space, I mean, you're gonna change a bit your face. I mean, like, the only thing, they come to eat your soul, they swallow up your soul. They know that when someone comes to touch your elbow, he comes to provoke you. I mean, you must be an animal to not understand that. Come on. He comes to provoke, he comes to touch you, like to tell you the gangsters. I'm not a gangster, I come with ideas to challenge the fascists. They are the gangsters. I'm a creator, I'm a philosopher. But now when an animal comes in your personal space, what do you make of that? Excuse me, you are live on Facebook. This is Creativeism movement show. The Nazi, the scum of the BBC, the fascists come to provoke me with their body. They come to tell me how force can silence reason. The neo-Nazis, the neo-fascists of the BBC. They've learned it from the Nazis, they've learned from the fascists, from the past imperialists, and now they say to us, hey, hello, this is humanity. Where is your humanity, Nazis? Where is your humanity? To show to us force? This is your humanity? Are you joking? Are you joking? I mean, this is a joke. They are joking with us. They show to us force, they are telling us this is our humanity. Fascists of the BBC, the scum of the BBC, the garbage of the BBC. They are literally garbage. They are not humans, they are just Nazis. Excuse me, Hitler was not wise. This is Dr. AC, Creativeism movement show. I'm here to challenge the journalists of the BBC. Did you see, ladies and gents? Once I come here, they show me straight away the force. Straight away the force, confrontation. Excuse me, can I make you a question, please? Excuse me, can I make you a question? Can I make you a question, sir? Ladies and gents, they don't like to answer the questions. Like, the only thing they don't like questions. No questions. The purpose of 1984, destroy independent thinking, eradicate independent thinking, provoke those who come to challenge you with ideas. Ladies and gents, this is my ideas for today. Oppression of ideas is not freedom, thug life is not art, big media, stop controlling the main means of mass information. Down. Stop choking independent thinking. This is stop choking independent thinking. They are choking independent thinking. They're saying to them, hey, hello, you listen, you learn, you create. Still, you are not allowed to come and speak to our big media. Our big media is for us. The Nazis of the BBC. Look here. Watchdog calls a tighter hate crime law. Hate crime law. They're making thugs and drug dealers famous there. You're saying watchdog. Watchdog. Ladies and gents, look, they're making drug dealers famous. but they take no responsibility. The neo-Nazis of the BBC, the fascists of the BBC. Excuse me, can I make you a question, please, sir? Okay, thank you. Ladies and gents, the very wise Nazis of the BBC, they don't like to answer each other questions. The only thing they like questions. They like to make questions, but we answer not to questions. Excuse me, sir, can I make you a question, please? Ladies and gents, this is Creativeism Movement Show. My name is Dr. Risi. I'm making questions to the people. Did you see the wolves, the neo-Nazis of the BBC, how they came, the security? They come in my personal space. They came to provoke me in my elbow, to push me in my elbow. Exactly how the gangsters work in London. Like a gangster, not a scum gangster. He comes to you to touch you, to provoke you, like this. My goodness, excuse me, can I make you a question, please? I mean, what do you make of this? What do you make of this? You saw it was live in camera. I mean, you see who they are. You know who the garbage, the scum of the BBC are. You see who they are, the Nazis, the fascists, the grave diggers, who the grave diggers are. You see who the grave diggers are. They say war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. The gangster comes to provoke you to your elbow, the gangster. The gangsters of the BBC, ladies and gents, the gangsters. Because they, excuse me, they have taken their philosophy from fifth floor. They have fifth floor, they have DJ Charles Sloth, DJ journalist Charles Sloth. He has learned the thug life ideology. When you see someone questioning, what do? You walk and you provoke with the elbow. When you see someone making questions, you provoke with the elbow, the gangsters of the BBC. These are the gangsters of the BBC, ladies and gents. All in blue, the color of Nazis, all in blue. This is the BBC, ladies and gents, this is the BBC. I guess not enough battery, maybe I have to... Excuse me, can I make you a question, please? No, sorry, excuse me, sorry. Now, suppose that there is a... Can I make you a question, gents? Can I make you a question? No worries, man, it's fine. No, it's very hard. A question is very hard, you know what I'm saying? Can I make you a question, please? Do you work for the BBC? I think I have seen you are a journalist for the BBC, no?
Really?
Yeah, I've seen... Wow, ladies and gents, look, the very wise Nazis, they don't... She's a journalist for the BBC, must be very wise. Must be wise. You know what means wise? Silence the reason of the BBC. Silence the reason of others. Silence the ideas of others. Ladies and gents, this is Dr. AC, Creativeism Movement Show. This is Dr. AC, Creativeism Movement Show, Facebook Live. We are challenging the power. Stop choking independent thinking. BBC, big media, stop controlling the main means of information. The imperialists, they are controlling us with ideas, they are imprinting, they are imposing their ideas by force on us. Excuse me, can I make you a question, please? Ladies and gents, did you see how they came? Oh my God, like gangsters. They came to my elbow and they pushed me. Where did they learn the ideology of provoking? They've learned how to provoke people with them. Honestly, this kind of gangster life you see in Bronx, maybe in New York, in LA, maybe in some neighborhoods of LA. The gangsters of the BBC. Or in some area in northwest London, maybe in some areas where I live, there you see this kind of gangsters. They come to provoke you with their elbow. Wow. I show you. Oh, my penis too deep. Why? Because all I see is but wolves and sheep. Ladies and gents, wolves and sheep. Gents, can I make you a question, please?
Sorry, man.
Oppression of ideas is not freedom. What do you think?
Oppression
of ideas is not freedom. What do you think?
It probably isn't freedom, no.
Ladies and gents, you see, this is a really right reason. He says it's not freedom. But the journalists of the BBC say yes. This is different opinion. He said oppression of ideas is not freedom, but the journalists of the BBC say yes. This is the difference. Excuse me? Really? Oppression of ideas is freedom. 1984. George, Jesus, Christ, Orwell. Freedom is slavery. Freedom is slavery, ladies and gents. Freedom is slavery. Freedom is slavery, ladies and gents. Freedom is slavery. Freedom is slavery. Ladies and gents, here is the BBC. We're going to make questions. Creativeism Movement Show. Creativeism Movement. No one is at the BBC. We're gonna go now forward because my battery must be about to die. Can I make you a question? No worries. Excuse me, can I make you a question, please?
Oh, sorry, I'm going to catch my train.
Okay, no worries. Ladies and gents, this is Creativeism Movement Show. Shall we leave one page for the BBC to have the BBC for itself? Like, oppression of ideas is not freedom? Shall we leave? I have to make a picture. Let me see if it's gonna work if I make a picture.